Jose lost my ego. It's POV for life though. The boy is back for another installment of Passing Out Value. I've been gone for a while. Now I'm back with the jump off. I've been away taking care of other people's business. Now I'm back handling my own business. But I'm about to switch this up a little bit. I know I was just rambling before. Now I'm going to start doing Facebook post reviews and reactions and Twitter post reviews and reactions. Try to switch it up a little bit. I'm tired of people cussing me out on these social websites, so I'm just going to bring it here so y'all can cuss me out up here. Alright, so that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. Still going to do some rambling stuff, but I'm mostly going to be doing reviews. Having some video reviews up here for y'all too, so y'all can see my perspective upon things. Perspective is kind of different, you know. A lot of people may say, you know, you got some red pill point of views, but I'm far from red pill. I'm Jose Pill over here. I learned from men, not from heartbreak. You feel me? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a man's perspective for somebody. You know, my pops, he was born in '49, so I got a lot of stuff in my head from old heads. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm like that. I'm like that. You know how these women be saying they traditional modern women. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got that traditional all in my head, but you know I'm still fly as ever. You know, bling blah wow put out. So we're gonna teach you about that up here as well. All right, but. Let's see. What my first tweet? I'm only gonna do about 2 tweets on this video. All right. So my first tweet. I'm gonna hide people names. I don't want y'all to be going on people's Twitter accounts, their Facebook accounts, getting at them, fussing at them. So we ain't having that because you know a lot of people want to take everything for a joke, but I'm serious. I'm as serious as cancer. You know. Stage 3, stage 4, whatever it is, you know, I'm serious. I keep it serious. I played a lot in my youth, and I paid severely for it, for playing so much, not taking life as serious as I should. All right, so let's start off. My first tweet, it says, I'm going to put it up here for y'all too, but I swear my baby is like my little homeboy / husband. I swear my little baby, her son, is like her homeboy / husband. Wow. And this girl, I don't want to say too much, but she has a young son. Probably no more than 4 or 5 years old. So you're a grown woman, you pushing 30, and your homeboy is 4 or 5 years old. Your husband is 4 or 5 years old. Now, I have this thing called a boy son. I came up with this a while ago. Some other people have their own renditions of boy son. They call it. I seen some people call it son husband or husband son. Different variations. I like calling them boy son because they ain't married, so I ain't throwing out that husband word out there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not married. Quit playing. Y'all boyfriend. Y'all know y'all some boyfriend people out here. Y'all major in boyfriend. Y'all went to school to major in boyfriend. All right. So my definition of boy son, BOYSON. When a mother's son is her quasi boyfriend. When a mother's son is her quasi boyfriend. And I swear my baby is like my little homeboy husband. Is that not what that's saying? Your son is your quasi boyfriend. And my issue with this is, because I've been saying this for years. Since men don't want to take care of their seed, they just go around impregnating anything and everything, right? So we're left with women taking care of sons. The problem with that is women are able to raise sons on their own. They just not, I don't care what anybody says, they're not able to do it. And I love women to death, but you're not able to raise a son on your own. So what happens is women, they get so used of having failed relationships over failed relationships, they turn their son into their man of the house. So the son is always required to do the man role in the home. I mean, that's not completely wrong. That was with me. I grew up in a house with 3 older sisters. My father worked all the time, but when he came home, I had to do the male role. Even though he was the man in the household, you're like, oh, when I'm gone, you gotta do this, and this. And when I come home and it ain't done, that's your behind. Of course, he didn't say behind, but he ain't curse. But so I guess he did say behind because my pops don't curse. So, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that who is teaching you what the man role is, and if it's like Michael Jordan trying to teach Freddie Adu to play soccer. Yeah, Michael Jordan's a great athlete, one of the best competitors ever, but he's not going to be able to teach you how to play soccer. So yes, your mother could be one of the best mothers ever, but she can't teach you how to be the man role. Nobody taught her how to take on the man role. So she's just assuming things. So the woman has a son. She's used to failed relationships, so she turns her son into her partner. Because one thing a son can never do is leave his mother. Not in this world. I mean, you can, but what's the odds of that? Like I tell people all the time, when women are talking about how great other women are, they never include their mothers. Never. But you always hear men talking about, oh, I love my mother. My mom is the greatest mom in the world. Why the discourse? Why women never talk about how great their mothers are, but men always talking about how great their mothers are? Because the mothers treat their sons differently than their daughters. Their daughters is going to be their competition, so they kind of they cast their daughter to the side, and they raise their sons up to be the man in the house. But they're not raising them to be the man of their house. They raising them to be the man that they always wanted. Just like in the manosphere, they say that you want to train when a woman is with a man for several years. That woman is customized to that man, right? So, what's the inverse to that? Just like Shahrazad Ali said, a man is not supposed to be up on his mother all the time. He don't need to get used to smelling his mother's vagina. And that's what happens. These guys get used to smelling their mother's vagina. Now they in their mother's ass their whole life. So now when they grow up and they start getting a relationship, it's always a fight for power. So the mother and the girlfriend is always fighting for power over this male because you're taking my boyfriend. You can't take my boyfriend. That's how the mother feels. You trying to come in, you trying to take my boyfriend. If you take my boyfriend, I'm going to be back to be square one, which is being lonely. Lonely. And women don't like being lonely. No matter what they say, women are not being lonely. Men don't like being lonely either. R.I.P. But Patrice O'Neal, one of my favorite comedians when I was in high school, he was gone way too soon. I wish he took better care of his health. He would still be here making us crack up now. But Patrice O'Neal, you're going to hear me quote him a lot. Patrice O'Neal is my guy. Patrice O'Neal says, and this is true, men don't like to be lonely, but they want to be alone. They don't like being lonely, but they like being alone. So they want a companion, but they don't want that companion all over them 24/7. A man don't want his woman to be up under him 24/7. It's 365. That's why I'm a proponent of everybody having their own space. My parents been married for 40 years, I think. I think my oldest sister like 38, 39. So they got married 1 or 2 years before my oldest sister was born. So they've been married for like 41 years now, right? So with me seeing my parents married for 40 years, you notice certain things. And you notice how imperative it is for people to have their own space, married or not married. You need your own space. You need somewhere that you can come and woosah it without your significant other being there. So that's for men and women. They both need their own space. It makes the bond closer. When you're around somebody too much, everything they do is annoying. How they walk, how they talk, how they breathe, how they cut their nails, just anything. When you're around people too much, anything they do gets annoying. But when you not around somebody as much, you realize how much you love them, how much you cherish them. You think about not the bad things that they do, but all the good things that they bring into your life. That's why having your own separate space is imperative. So, with that being said, back to the boy son. When they're fighting over these two things, the mom, she's 9 out of 10. From my anecdotal evidence, it looks like the mom wins because the mom knows exactly what her sons like and don't like. And since the mom and the son are besties, he's going to listen to his mother every word. So the mother just going to throw salt on the girlfriend like women do. Oh, baby. Oh, she not good for you. She ain't going to do this. I'm your mom. I always love you and I'll always do this for you and all this. I mean, this is stuff I seen with my own eyes. I talk to my sisters about her relationships and stuff like that. And this is what they tell me as well. So, the thing is, it's imperative to be men. It's imperative to be in your son's lives as well as your daughters. So let me not make it just gender-based. You need to be in your kids' lives because they need you. They need you so your sons won't grow up smelling in love with their mother's vagina, like Shahrazad Ali said. They won't grow up and I might well get back into this next tweet because this goes right into it. I might as well do this one too because it all goes into each other. Let me go to it. All right, what it say? Okay. One day, y'all daughter's gonna be fighting over my son and don't call my phone. One day, y'all daughter's gonna be fighting over my son and don't call my phone. This is the most hilarious tweet ever to me because we have this idea that, all right, so let me just come back down. On one hand, on the left-handed side, women are saying that all men are trash, right? And then on the right-handed side, you have this. One day y'all daughter's gonna be fighting over my son and don't call my phone. The hypocritical thing about this is, especially in the black community, the so-called black community, most of people who look like me was raised in single-parent households. So they were raised by their mothers. So on the left-handed side, men ain't shit, right? On the right-handed side, one day y'all gonna be fighting over my son. You gotta pick which one is it. Cause y'all raising the ain't shits. I know I ain't shit, but I tell these women I ain't shit. That's the difference. I tell them I ain't shit. That's why I'm 31 with no kids. I ain't had a girlfriend since I've been in high school. Since 2007, I ain't have a girlfriend. Because I tell these women I ain't shit. And then I also, let me, as I digress, I see red flags ASAP. But let me digress. You can't have it both ways. You can't raise your son to be your daughter's fighting over my son. You can't raise your son to be even though I don't see it as cheating, you can't raise your son to be a cheater, then get mad at cheaters. It's fucking preposterous. That's what we do. Women raise their sons to be cheaters, then you get mad at a cheater. But when your son is a player, you love it. Oh, my son got all the girls. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Look at daddy. Yeah. I'd be like, what the fuck? Are we serious right now? Why are you lusting over your son? Back to the boy-son situation. Your son is your best friend, all right, so, because I'm an asshole, right? If you pushing 30 and your best friend is a child, a toddler, infant, I don't know, because I ain't got no damn kids, but your child is 5 and under and that's your best friend, what does that say about you? Doesn't that mean that you're a child with breasts? Because that's some real shit, though. The modern day woman is a child with breasts. She's a child with breasts. Just like the modern day male. He's a child with a beard. You see how my shit ain't really all good. Them motherfuckers who have them thick ass motherfuckers, them motherfuckers some child with beards. And the thing is, damn, I lost my train of thought. The thing is, when you're saying that a kid is your best friend, you're saying that you really don't have the thinking capacity to have adults as your friend. Now, when I get on Twitter, if a 23-year-old is talking to an 18-year-old, right? They would say, oh, the 23-year-old is a predator because they know the 18-year-old doesn't know anything. All right, so if an 18-year-old don't know anything, why the hell are y'all voting? Why the hell do you got a right to vote for? Why the hell you got a right to vote on my fucking future? That's something that I know what I'm doing. How the hell y'all got a right to vote? That's fucking crazy to me. If y'all, how can you vote and you not even old enough to say if you can have sex or not, but you old enough to fucking vote with fucking adults that's been in this world for decades? How can you have a say-so and you don't know what you're doing on adults' lives? That's the most ridiculous thing to me. But you're saying that you don't have the mental fortitude to have a man. That's why you don't have a man. Because your son is your best friend. Your son not going to tell you, Mom, this is a stupid idea. You get mad at the people who tell you that this is a stupid idea like me. You're not going to have me doing something just because. It has to make sense. I worked in sales for years. It's always about the welcome. When I made so much money because I always gave the customer a welcome. A welcome is what's in it for me. That's why I sold so much, because I let the customer know what was in it for them. I ain't telling them what was in it for me, because what was in it for me was great if it was in it for you, because I got to feed my family. This is for entertainment for you. So, you not scared. You can't have a logical, can't have a logic. Logic is out of here. So, since I can't have a logical relationship with the man, what I have to do is turn my son into my best friends. And they don't do it with their son. They do it with their daughters as well. And that's where they get, oh, yeah, me and my daughter's best friend. We best friends. We best friends. We best friends. I played sports growing up, so I relate everything to sports. That's like your coach being your best friend. You ain't going to win too many games like my guy Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, you a player's coach, but when the going gets tough, your team folds. Your team folds because you friends with the players. And I like Mike Tomlin, but you're not Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, he rules with an iron fist. Yeah, people may not like it, but it provides results. I'm used to that shit. My father ruled with that iron fist, boy. That motherfucker, boy. He used to come home working them 12-hour shifts, come home angry and shit, and I ain't feed a dog or something. Oh my goodness, boy. That was my ASS. Really, boy. Don't let him come home and see me playing no 64 and I ain't feed JJ. Oh my goodness, boy. It's going to be hell to pay for me. So I'm used to men rolling with an iron fist because I'm used to men. Like Kevin Samuels. People don't like Kevin Samuels because he's a man. You're not used to a man. Women not used to men and men are not used to men. So it's like, oh, you see how he's talking? That shit normal to me. Oh, it shouldn't be normal. Trauma shouldn't be normal. You're traumatized. You don't even know it. No, you're traumatized for not knowing what a man is. You're traumatized. I know what a man is. I know how men act. Men don't always say things all nice and shit like that. They don't always do that. So a lot of times they do, but not always. Like I say, Bill Belichick is a great coach. Mike Tomlin, you won a Super Bowl. Yeah, you won a Super Bowl, but guess what team that was? The champ. I hate to say it, but that's true. How long you been away from that? About 10 years since that championship, right? Come on, son. You've been having a winning record, but how many y'all Pittsburgh Steelers be projected to win the Super Bowl almost every year, and y'all can't even make it to the AFC Championship game. Why? Because you're best friends with the head coach. Best friends with the head coach. And that's how it is with parenting as well. When you're best friends with your kids not going to, I'm not going to say they're not going to be successful, but they're not going to be successful at a rate, at a good rate. They may be successful later on in life because they learning shit too late. Like with me. I learned shit at an appropriate time, but I was too much of that old school mentality. I was running away from new school shit. I'm like, oh, y'all, all these kids on social media, man, that shit whack, son. They wearing skinny jeans, son. Oh my God, y'all, I can't believe this. That's on me. Cause I was too busy trying to be in my uncle's era, not my era. That was my fucking fault. I was too busy trying to be in my uncle's era where everything cool, everything about hip hop and basketball, Air Force Ones, nah. That shit had me fucked up. That shit set me back. I should have been. I'm a young 31, but I'm doing good for myself. I should be a lot better right now. But not keeping up with the time is hard, and that's what it is for parents as well. They keep up with the times, but they want to be too much of their kids. They want to do TikTok videos with their kids. They want to do dancing videos. They want to twerk with their daughters. They want to twerk on their sons. So, and that's it. Like, so that's pretty much it. It's just that, men, please watch your seed. Watch your seed. Watch who you are impregnating. Please be careful. I'm gonna take you even a step further. Stop telling women your real name. Stop it, 5. That's too much information they can use against you. Don't do it. Stop it, 5. Like my man Fabulous say, you in the blue sit screaming out, stop it, 5. This shit don't make any sense. You don't know a woman, you know she know all your information. You ain't even gotta be the baby daddy. She get pregnant, all she gonna do is go down to the and put you on child support. You don't fucking show up, now you gonna pay child support on a child that's not yours. I done seen men have to go to court on the women they claim they ain't had sex with. The women say, oh yeah, we did. And it was a 0% chance of them being a father. It's fucking nuts, alright? But listen, I'm gonna give y'all some more good videos. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I don't care, you hit the dislike button. Just show me some engagement. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike about me. We in this together. You know. Subscribe. Did I say that? Did I say hit the bell? Do all that good shit. You know, all them YouTubers that came before me gonna come after me, gonna tell you to do. Just follow the instructions. And, you know, love is love. All that goodness. And like I always say, water